Mint Tea and Mayhem came from hours of conversations on the road, in kitchens, in different countries, about what it feels like to really be a woman in midlife.
We've both lived unconventional lives, traveled a lot, and found ourselves asking the exact same questions as so many other women.
Who am I? What matters? And how do I want to live the next chapter?
This podcast is about midlife, travel, friendship, culture, and the lived experience of being a woman in this season of life.
There's no fixing here, no pressure to have it all figured out. It's just real conversations.
Sometimes it's thoughtful, sometimes it's funny, sometimes it's a bit chaotic, but it's always honest.
Always. And mint tea represents connection.
Mayhem represents life.
And this is where the two meet. So join us here every couple of weeks. You are welcome.
Merhaba.
Hey, Tracey, how are you today or this week?
Hey, my friend, I am actually really good. A little tired, but good. How about you?
Yeah, I'm actually buzzing today. Like the tiredness it was a thing because I've gone back to teaching, but today I seem to have a lot of energy. But it is Thursday and Friday's the last day of the week. Oh, I'm so excited. I can't wait. But you was just talking about how tired you're feeling today. And well, tell us what's going on that you're feeling like that today?
Well, I was saying that I had stayed up late talking with a friend, having really good conversation, having fun and such. But this is my second time doing Ramadan here in Morocco. I was just saying to you how it's interesting how in my normal life, there's no way I could keep this sleep schedule.
So what does it mean though? Because if someone's listening, what does it actually mean in Ramadan? What do you do? What's changing?
Right, because you're fasting from sunrise to sunset. So that's a good, well, for me, I usually wake up around 7. And so but the thing is, I have sahur, which is like the last meal before sunrise. Lately, it's been between, I don't know, 3 and 4, just because like I'm not going to wait till 5 a.m. to eat because that's just even crazier, especially because my body wakes up at 7 usually, and then it just doesn't have good sleep. So let's say from 5, a good 13 or 14 hours of no eating, which essentially is intermittent fasting, and we know how good that is for the body.
Yeah, that's right.
But then like in the mornings I'll work. In the afternoon my levels dip, and so that's more of my social time, and then I'm getting ready to prepare to eat after sunset. But then I'll sleep for like 3 hours, then I'll wake up, then I'll sleep for 3 more hours. So there's no way in my normal life I could keep the schedule. I would be exhausted. But like I said, there's something beyond the ordinary, something otherworldly, if you want to say.
Yeah, so spiritual. Like we just talked then about how across different religions fasting is a thing. And the idea of it being a spiritual act, so there is something in it. So what do you think's been the big, what are you experiencing the most through the process apart from tiredness?
Well, it's interesting. Yeah. I have one foreigner friend here in Marrakesh, and the rest of my friends are all Moroccan, which I love. And that actually prompted me to start fasting because last year I was here with all my Moroccan friends and they're all getting ready to fast. I'm like, well, that's dumb if I'm going to like be eating by myself and not participating in this. And hence it brought me to this year going, actually, I really enjoyed it. And for me, it's this time to slow down. And also you become a lot more self-aware of who you are and the places of your heart that needs to be looked at.
So a lot of self-reflection as you go through the process.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And just like I find I have more, which seems almost contradictory because you know what you're like. I know what I'm like when I don't eat. I get hangry.
Yeah.
I mean, any who knows me well knows this, but I find it gives me also a different level of patience and a different level of gratitude for things around
Mm,
me. So even when
mm,
I'm driving, yeah, I'll be exhausted by the time like the other day I was driving home and I was exhausted by the time I got home because, your levels are low. But like there was crazy drivers on the road. Was I like triggered? No. Everyone's because it comes back to the whole communal unity.
mm,
Everyone here is fasting. So
mm,
everyone feels how you're feeling in some
mm,
way. And it's just, it makes it that much, for me, it makes it that much more easier to do it
mm,
because I was contemplating doing it in Greece. I'm going to be alone, fasting
mm.
alone.
Yeah. So it's the flip side of it. So you're either in
Yes,
Greece doing it on your own, or you're the odd one out when you're in Morocco not doing it. Isn't that interesting?
it is interesting. It's very interesting.
Mm. It would be
And
so
I
hard.
read, yeah. No, 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 go.
No, I was just thinking then, like fasting. Did you do intermittent fasting before? Because there's been a lot of science around that.
I have.
Yeah. And I've found that it was definitely something that made me feel really clean, both mentally and physically. And I had a friend that also he will do 7-day fasts of nothing
Yeah.
and he goes just on water.
Mm.
And he says by day 3 he is crystal clear. Have you noticed that at all? Do you get periods of like clarity in it within it
Oh my
all?
gosh. The first 3 days for me are like, stay away. Trace is like
Mm.
going through detox, especially because I'm not my morning coffee. He's like, I'm a bitch.
That would be me. My God, my
No,
coffee.
it's true because I was talking to my one friend that I had iftar with yesterday, and her and I love coffee. And I said, yeah, and we had a coffee after our iftar. But the thing that I miss is that morning coffee because it's like this warm hug to get like your day
Mm.
going. And you miss it. I miss it. I'm just like, the taste of the coffee on your mouth and just,
Yeah. It's my ritual,
oh my gosh, yes.
morning
But back to
ritual.
the intermittent fasting thing, because I'm here in Morocco, lots of my feed is Moroccan,
Mm.
Muslim, just because of like how the algorithm works and stuff, and just this sort of thing. And I've seen a few different carousels and reels about the like what it does to you physically fasting and how like it removes toxins, inflammation, all the your gut health gets healthy.
Yeah.
That's just the physical benefits of fasting
Yeah.
are
Yeah. So the biological impact on your body
right.
of everything that's going on in your body metabolically. Oh, I like
Oh,
that.
you
Metabolically. And I'm not
girl.
even a biology teacher. I think that's the right word. But yeah, that
I
whole thing that's happening
yeah,
through not having food. And it's
right.
interesting in a world where food is such a huge thing, isn't it? In the Western world and in
Well,
other cultures,
it's
the
but here
obsession
food
with
yeah,
food.
yeah, yeah,
There's
yeah,
food everywhere.
yeah,
Food on tap. Food
yeah,
on
yeah,
tap. You text someone. You don't even have to leave your door. It's
right.
crazy how different that shift is around food. So interesting
Yeah.
to go from it's all there, but you can't touch it. So you're gonna be, like you said, appreciate so much more about what you eat and when you eat.
Oh, yeah.
And you'll be straight back into that coffee as soon as you can. I know you will, with your little
Yeah.
croissant.
Oh, yeah. But I have that at night. I have the croissant at night or a
Oh,
pastry at night because intermittent fasting. You know how it is when you fast for that long and they give you this window of now you can eat whatever you want.
yeah.
And people are like, "Oh, but it's nighttime and like you shouldn't eat at night." Okay, but my body doesn't know it's nighttime. My body just knows that it's got into like burning like the
Mm,
keto thing, like all those
mm,
things that are like burning the good stuff. It doesn't
mm,
matter what type of day it is. My body's been not with food for 14 hours. Eat
mm.
whatever you want. And
Yeah.
do I gain weight during Ramadan? Absolutely not. In fact, it's the opposite for me, which is interesting
Wow.
because I'm eating at night. I'm eating at
Yeah.
night.
Mm.
Yeah.
So different, isn't it? It's a complete, like, kind of topsy-turvy
Oh,
way.
so, so interesting. It's very interesting to me. I think I may do a deep dive into all this one, like, after and yeah, I foresee doing this for the unforeseeable future just because of all of the physical and spiritual and mental
Mm,
benefits I
mm,
have seen far in just the 2 years. I mean, I can't imagine people who do this their whole life because they're
mm,
born in this
mm,
culture and this is just a way, this is just their
mm,
natural rhythm. It's like, yes, every year this is what we do. Da, da.
mm.
Wow. Wow.
A healthy thing to do in so many ways. In so many ways, a
So
beautiful thing and a healthy thing to do. I love the fact that you talked about how you feel there's a stronger sense of community through it. I think that's fascinating, and it
it's
makes so much sense. You connect so much more because you're more alert, but you're also
yeah.
more empathetic.
Yes. Yeah.
And we
Yeah.
talked then about slowing down, that you felt like kind of things had slowed down, which gives you that space to then think about something that happens, and it helps you to react or possibly think before you react to a situation as
Right.
well.
Right.
It's because we kind of started talking about being tired. That was where we'd started the other week. We were talking about midlife being tired.
Right. Well, you were talking about that as well, about, like, the whole midlife thing and just your energy and yeah.
Yeah, I've felt there's been a massive shift in how I sleep, like how
Mm,
I move in the bed and the way in which I sleep. And
right.
there's also been a big change in my levels of energy will change. And I notice they change if I'm not doing as much exercise, I get a bit more sluggish.
Absolutely. Yes. Yes.
I get
Yes.
like I can't be bothered to do anything. So that's really important, is the exercise part of it is important. But you do get tireder, and I guess it's accepting that as well. I'm a bit more accepting of it now, I think, and patient instead of getting a bit like, "I've got to keep going, I've got to keep going."
Right.
I kind of
Right.
won't do that now. What about you? Do you find yourself now also, you'll be like, "No, you know what? I'm not gonna rush. I'm tired, or I'm gonna take a rest."
I struggle. I think perhaps it's the Taurus in me who's always just like gearing
Mm.
because the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. My spirit's like, yes, I can do this. I can do that. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. And then my body's going, girl, girl, girl. And then it's like crashes like, girl, look at you on the ground there. You like crashing because you need that. I love
And
the
you
nap.
keep going,
I love
don't you, though, until you go,
I
"I'm
love the
done."
nap. Yeah, I love the nap, not gonna lie.
Do
Napping
you
has
nap
become
every day? Will
I
you
do,
nap every
I
day?
do. Well, every day, not every day, and not super long either. I used to be someone who, if I napped, I had to nap either like super short or like really long, or I would wake up and I was a bitch.
Mm,
Now I can lay down and not actually sleep, but like just being horizontal and closing my eyes. It's a sense of just like unplugging for even a minute. I'll do that for 10 or 15 minutes tops, and I'll wake up and I have so much more energy.
mm. Yeah, I fought it.
But
I
that's just
fought
me.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think and everyone's different. I fought it, and it's funny what you said there, so I wonder if other people feel that. I can only have
Mhm.
short naps. If I do anything longer than, like, 20 minutes, I just can't get together again. I don't know what happens. My body
Or
just
you
is like, "No, don't feel right." I feel sick almost. It's a weird feeling.
that or you can't fall asleep later at night, and then that really screws you up.
Yeah, see, I kind of feel very blessed that I've not had any night sleeping problems, but I've got friends, quite a lot of female friends with menopause. They really struggle with their sleep. You do as well? Yeah, you're often up late. I've noticed that.
Oh, yeah. And I with the intention of I'm going to bed early tonight so I can feel fresh, but it's like my body's like, "Why? I don't
Mm,
function like." And I'm like, "But I'm so tired. I'm so tired." Yeah.
mm. Do you know what I
Yeah.
just learned today? I was just talking to someone at work, another woman of our age, and I was talking to her about sleeping. And she said to me, "Have you ever heard of people that are called short sleepers?" Never
Oh,
heard of it. So it's actually a syndrome. It's a genetic mutation, and they will only
hmm,
sleep 4 hours a night max. And this woman that she'd been reading about, she had this condition, and so did most of her family. But she'd managed to gain like 5 degrees and all these other things because she had all this extra time. So she used all of her time studying. But I'd never heard of it. That the fact that these people, because 4 hours a night for me,
right.
I'm not doing much the next day, and I certainly won't be very pleasant sometimes if I've
Thank
only
you.
had 4 hours sleep. Your patience goes, doesn't it? I'm
Mhm.
done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just can't cope with it. But that's the big shift in midlife, is accepting you're getting tired so you don't have to rush. And you know what? If you don't wanna go, or you don't
Yeah.
because you're tired, I'm quite happy now to say sorry.
Well, I saw this
miserable.
quote, which I think ties into midlife slash sleeping slash just how we decide things. It's a Japanese term called konenki, which means the renewal years. And women are celebrated for entering their wise phase. And the symptoms are not considered a disorder, but the symptoms of going into menopause are considered transitions. Very interesting.
That's right. It is a transition because we move through different, what is it, maiden, mother, crone? And we do
Mm,
move into us. I don't like that word crone,
I
but
think we need to find a new word.
yeah, it's got really negative connotations. You know,
Yeah.
the way you said that,
I It's like, no,
I
I'm not
agree.
using that word.
So we need like a new word then, don't we? So if anyone's
Matriarch.
listening, which one?
Matriarch.
Matriarch. Okay, yeah, we can go for that, with this
That's better than
wisdom.
whatever the other word was. It just I don't even know what the word
Crone.
was. Crone? Like Krow or KRO,
Crone. Crone. It
like a
sounds,
crony?
I don't know, a crony is like a sidekick, isn't it? Have to look that one up actually. It almost to me just sounds like I see a little old woman like a witch almost. That's what comes up. Maybe I've turned into a witch. I don't know, but that's.
No,
I'm
hard
thinking
no.
of like, the old women in Shakespeare. What is it? Toil and trouble, when they're standing over the cauldron.
No,
To my
we're gonna
fellow
find it.
croness over there, I'm now going to go and finish packing because I'm going camping tomorrow. Are you up to anything this weekend? Are you doing something nice?
I don't know because the days all feel the same when I have no tour. So it's like, what's the day of the week it is? I've got a few things
Mm.
going on. I'll share them next time because there's some interesting things transpiring here.
I'm looking forward to it. Okay, lovely. Have a wonderful week and I'll see you next week.
Have fun camping.